Y'all are like some of the early on amigos. Y'all helped start this thing. Like pioneers is what I call you. There are very few pioneers. Like, what brought you here? What was it about the place that made you go, yeah, I'm gonna go to church here, bring my family, my marriage, my life here?
I mean, we fell in love with the idea of a church that was trying to give so much outside the walls of the church. It was what got us in the doors in the beginning.
We had never been in a church where there was expository preaching. It has made me want to thirst more for the Word. And
you know, the sermon was good. Then going back and grabbing the kids and then singing with the kids, like it immediately felt like, okay, this is a place that our family, like, you know, can kind of grow into. There were so many little things that the church needed that we just felt like it was a place that, as much as we needed Church Project, like we were needed too at the time. Rachel and I walked out and we looked at each other and we're like, this is it.
Relationships is probably one of the biggest things, like from like being in house church with these guys and just the different ways that we've been able to kind of get plugged in and serve. And
it's not just about getting up on Sundays and going to church, but it's the stuff you do the other 6 days of the week.
One of my core memories was we took in a family and we were like, how are we going to feed all of us? We were like, I don't know how to do this. And what did our house church do? One day we got a phone call and they're like, can you open your garage? And they came and they just filled our fridge with food and like to supplement all of our meals. Our house churches have always shown up, whether we're leading or whether we're a part of.
Hurricane Harvey response. We knew we had house church. We knew the culture that was here. But we saw that culture come alive when all of our people came together. House churches were serving together, and it impacted the community. It helped a lot of people.
Yeah. George was leading that charge. That was a hard, but
it was the best of times and the worst of times. It was in my mind as a highlight. I think, I mean, there's those big mega moments, but I think there's little moments. When we moved into Sawdust the first day, it obviously takes a big effort to get into a new space. But the power went out like 2 minutes before we started. And the worship was led a cappella, and the worship was incredible. And I think that was a powerful moment. This said, we don't need this building. We don't need all the stuff that we think we need to be at church.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, agreed.
Baptizing my 2 boys, being in that was that for a personal, selfish moment.
Sure.
That was it.
Great day.
And just stories that we get to hear of just how God has just redeemed and saved so many lives. I mean, they're just beautiful.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just such a gift to be able to hear them.
We're experiencing God in our marriage, in our house church, with our kids, in the body, and I just think He's just increasing this desire to be mutually devoted to one another.
God has favor on Church Project. There's just no question. Something like this cannot be created by you or us or any group of people. Like, God has favor on this. The more we recognize that God is ultimately responsible for what has happened so far, what I think might be next is more dependency. In the next 15 years, as we look back, and we're going, man, look what's happened.
You know, people ask me a lot, what's next for Church Project? What do you see as our future? And I say more of the same. I mean, really, what we're doing is we're people who are growing our relationship with God, growing our relationship with each other as a body, and then growing our relationship with our community as citizens in the world, how God wants to use us for the gospel. And what's next for us, for all of us, is multiplication. What we really hope is that every individual will multiply. Like, you will be bringing another person into the kingdom, into your church community, into the way and the life and the salvation of Jesus. Every person multiplies, every house church multiplies. We want to see every house church become so beautiful that more and more people want in it, and we got to multiply it to keep it going. And we want to see every church project multiply. You know, I'm really excited about the next season of life, and our church in so many ways is healthier than it's ever been. I mean, we have so much unity, so many godly people. They're missionaries, wherever they are, whatever we're doing. A teacher, a realtor, a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, you know, a stay-at-home mom. Whatever we're doing, we are on mission for the gospel. And that's what I just hope we keep at the forefront of our church.